record to the cloud. So here we are. What do you guys know about rabbits anyway? Basically, yeah, cute little hoppy things, ears. I thought I'd kind of get you in the mood. And no, I don't have a tail. I was already asked if I had one on. The answer is no. That doesn't happen till after 9 p.m. I'm sure this recording will go all around Canada. Yay. But I wanted to talk about rabbits. One, because I was having a conversation with my mom. Go figure. I do talk to her on a regular basis. I'm very lucky I'm able to do that. But I do talk to her daily. And one of our conversations last week was about a Chinese proverb. And so I started kind of did like a quick Google search on like, fun facts about rabbits. I'm going to tell you a couple fun facts. Rabbits can hop and they can also jump. Rabbits can jump to very high heights and very long distances. Don't know if you knew that, but a rabbit can jump a little over 3 feet high. 3 feet high. I'm 5'8", so that's more than half my height, and 10 feet long. Wow. Isn't that wild? Yeah. 3 feet high and 10 feet long. Because their eyes are positioned on the sides of their heads, bunnies can also see almost a perfect 360 degrees. It's kind of fun, little fun fact that you might not have known about your cute little floppy-eyed cottontail. Another little fun fact is that to express happiness, bunnies will sometimes jump around and flick their heads and feet. So they kind of flick, flick, flick. And like deer, a female rabbit is called a doe, which I did not know this. So it's not just doe a deer, it's doe a rabbit. And a male rabbit is called a buck. A bunny's ears aren't just for listening. Those beautiful ears can be rotated almost a full circle to 270 degrees. They can hear very, very well. So when I was chatting to my mom about rabbits, we were more talking about Chinese proverb, and I'm going to share just a little bit about what that is if you've never heard it before. But I'm going to tell you a quick story. So I was doing this business, and you can relate this to a bunch of different things, but I was doing this business and I had another full-time job. I did marketing for Tim Hortons, and I was working like 75, 80 hours a week, and they kept giving me more work because I was really good at what I did. And I also didn't have children, I wasn't married, so they just kept shoving me more work. Be like, Nadia will do it. Give it to Nadia. Give it to her. She doesn't have anything else to do. Give it to her. So I had all these really amazing projects, these really great things. One of them was, one of my jobs was running the Smile Cookie program for North America. You guys have all heard this before. But when they gave me that program, it was just like an insane amount of work. And then I had asked for more money and they wouldn't give it to me. Oh, no, we don't really have that in the budget right now, but come your time where you sit down with your boss and reflect on everything you do, we can talk about a raise at that point. I was like, great. I was so enthusiastic and so fun that I ran that program. And I had it grow from 1.8 or point, I think it was, 900,000 to 8.2 million in 6.5 years. I did a great job. It was a really good job. And that was for all of North America. So when it came time, I started doing Mary Kay because, again, if you know me and you've been here for a hot minute, I was not necessarily disgruntled in my job, but I was getting frustrated with the amount of hours that I was working, not getting compensated what I felt I was worth. And then I was watching other people around me like enjoy their life, meaning they had a little bit more flexibility. They were having a lot more fun, even though if you look from the outside looking in, I got to do things with like the Ottawa Senators. I got to do things with like Timbits hockey and Timbits soccer. The job was really fun. But at some point during your career, there becomes this beautiful like stopping point to where you either decide to move on, ask for more money, not get it, and have to make a decision. So I was at a little bit of those crossroads. So I'd started Mary Kay and I had become a director because I had watched the people that I grew up with and around me enjoy the lifestyle and life that I wish or aspired to have. One of them would have been my mom. I watched her, have lunch with her girlfriends. I watched her have a great time. I watched her pick up people at the grocery store. She was having a blast. I got to watch Angie Stoker in her life. I got to watch a lot of people around me enjoy their life just by what my mom had done. So I understood that life, that flexible lifestyle existed. It wasn't just something in a book or something in a magazine or something in the movies. I physically and, visually watched it on a regular basis. So I'd become a director. I got to this point where I was actually doing both jobs. I became a director. I was working my job of what I just told you about. Probably not doing a good job at that point because I was disgruntled and I was doing something else. I was doing another job. And it came to the crossroads that I was doing two things okay. I was doing two things okay. I was excelling at Mary Kay. I was doing fine at my job, but it came to like that standstill in Mary Kay and kind of that standstill in my job when I was kind of hitting this wall of, I don't have enough energy or time to put there. I don't have enough energy and time to put there. So they were just kind of stagnant. And when you're stagnant, come on. When you're sitting in your desk at your day job and you're just like, I could do this with my eyes closed. Like, that's called comfortable. So I got to this point. I had a conversation with my good old mother again. And I just was like, what am I doing? Like, where do I want to go? I can't quit my job. I'm not making enough in Mary Kay, or at least I felt I wasn't, to completely cover that income that I was going to lose. But I felt like if I could put more time toward it or more energy toward it, I could make it fly because I liked it and I enjoyed what I was doing. And so she told me this Chinese proverb. She said, basically, you can't chase two rabbits and expect to do well at either one of them. And I was like, I don't get it. What do you mean you can't chase two rabbits? I can do everything. I'm amazing. I can do all kinds of stuff. And it wasn't necessarily about having two jobs. That wasn't the conversation. That wasn't her point. So I'm telling you right now, I'm not telling you to go quit your day job. I'm not telling you to drop everything and do one thing. I'm telling you that where your focus lies is what you will excel at. End of story. Where your focus lies is what you will excel at. At that time, my mind and my focus was so divided. I wanted to be here, but I was stuck with the weight of here. So I was at that point where I needed to make a choice. And so when she said that to me, Nadia, hey, if you decide to chase two rabbits, you're not going to catch either one of them. I remember being like, yeah, Linda, I'm fine. I'm good. I've got energy. I'm good. I can do this. Stop momming me. I'll figure it out. So I went on for a couple more months, January through June, I think, or January through about May. And I started to become more increasingly frustrated with what wasn't happening in my Mary Kay business, wasn't what I wasn't receiving from my day job as per accolades or great job, Nadia, you're working your butt off. I never got any of that. So I came to the point where I had to make a choice. And I called my mom again. I was like, what'd I do? She's like, still chasing two rabbits, are you? I said, I am. She's like, I'm not telling you to quit your job. That's not what I'm telling you. But at some point, you need to either decide to focus here or decide to focus here. And her real message that she was trying to get across was choose one thing and focus through to follow through. Basically, focus through to the finish. That's what she was trying to tell me. And that's what she ended up telling me is pick one thing. So how does this relate back to Mary Kay? You guys come on these calls and you attend training with your directors and you attend training with whoever's training because you want the training and you want to grow. We attended Linda's Roadshow tonight. There was some amazing training there, a couple of great ideas. Here's what happened. Here's what happens when you're not focused to the finish. You listen to all of these ideas, you write down 12 pages worth of notes, and you never look back at them again. Or you look at these 3 ideas you wrote down with big stars by them and be like, oh my gosh, I'm totally going to do that. And then the next day comes, you don't even go back to look at the page. So what my mother's point was pick one idea and focus on it till the finish. So I remember attending, a seminar, and I was so motivated. But at the end, I had so many ideas. I remember coming home and just being like, my mind is just like a bag of mush and I have so much stuff running through it. What do I do? My mom again, pick one, focus, and focus on it till the finish. So whether it be passing out cards, whether it be I'm putting product on 10 faces this week and I'm going to focus on it till I get the 10, whether it takes me 7 days or 15, I'm getting product on 10 faces. Passing out 5 cards, I'm going to pass out books. I'm going to connect with 5 people on social media or Facebook or in my VIP group. Whatever the thing is that you decide to focus on it till completion. If you're like, I'm going to do 5, I'm going to pass out 5, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do a scavenger hunt, I'm going to do this. Guess what you ain't doing? None of it. You will not do. So what I challenged my team last night was to pick one thing, one idea that speaks to you, and do it consistently for 7 freaking days. So next Tuesday, when we have our team meeting, let's talk about the growth and the activity that you experienced in repeating that same action day again. Now, the one thing, I did quit my job. So I made this decision in May, and I actually quit my job. I gave my job a 5-week window of me quitting, and I said I would be done on July 1st. So I gave them notice last week in May. I finished July 1st. July 2nd, I woke up sitting in my now Mary Kay office and went, oh dear, what did I do? And what do I focus on? So I had all these ideas written down. I'm going to contact a women's shelter. I'm going to do makeup for them. I'm going to do, I'm going to do 5 things a day. I'm going to pass out my card to 5 people a day. I'm going to book 10 faces. I'm going to do a perfect start. I'm going to do a power start. And I'm going to recruit 20, and it's going to be amazing. None of that happened in the first month of July because I didn't pick one thing to focus on. My thoughts were too unfocused. So what I decided to in the middle of July was to pick one thing. And the one thing that Angie always talked about was that she went out 5 days a week and passed out 5 cards. She got 5 names, 5 days a week. So for, I think it was about 4.5 months or 4 months, I did this straight for 4 days. I thought 5 was a little excessive. So I did 4 days. I certainly listen to Angie, but I did 4 days. This is why Angie, who she is, because she did one more day. I did 4 days a week for 4.5 months. Blew up my business. Blew it up. Ended up earning a car. Ended up earning 4 cars in a year because of that momentum. And I decided to choose one thing and focus on it till completion. All the other things fell into place because I focused on the one. So I hear consultants sometimes say, okay, I'm going to be a red jacket. I'm going to see 30 faces. I'm going to sell $1,000. I hear directors say, I'm going to be in the quarter sales. I'm going to be in the quarter sharing. I'm going to be a star every quarter. I'm going to be this, I'm going to be that. What it all starts with is one singular focus. And normally that singular focus is, how many faces can I get product on? If you don't have faces, the only other singular focus is, I'm going to pass out 5 cards a day because I'm going to get 5 new connections. So really, if you're a consultant sitting in a place that's saying, I'm not where I want to be, you just came off Linda's Roadshow, my name wasn't up there, I just was on Linda's Roadshow and my name was in lights, how do I continue that? You want to pick one singular focus and focus until completion, which is either pass out 5 cards a day or reach out to 5 people on social media, creating 5 new contacts, or put product on 5 faces a week. That's it. So the chasing of 2 rabbits is not necessarily 2 different jobs or 2 different things, because let's be real, when you're building a business, any business, whether it's being selling widgets or selling skincare and cosmetics, you are doing something else until you get to that point where you can move from one to the other. Now I'm going to show you a 3-minute video, and this This is a gentleman that I found online that I was really kind of just researching, but his message is true. It's a 3-minute video, and I'm going to let you watch it. I'm just going to give you a heads up. He's very aggressive when he speaks. So I just want you to know he's going to be very aggressive and forceful. I'm just going to tell you that. But the message delivers every time. So I'd love to know your feedback after you watch this, what you think. And if you'd like to have the video, I can certainly share that with you after this call. Everybody can see that? Just give me a wave if you can see it. And then after I play, please just give me a wave and let me know that you can hear it.
Talk about chasing rabbits. There's a Chinese proverb that says, the man who chases 2 rabbits, or woman, who chases 2 rabbits at one time catches none. Catches none.
Oh.
But let me stop there for a minute. There's a lot of things out there where, you know, you'll hear people say, well, you know, millionaires have 5 streams of income, or, you know, X amount of, most millionaires have multiple streams of income. And so I think where they start confusing people is these young folks coming up think that they got to start out chasing 5 different rabbits or 3 different rabbits. In my experience, and what I've learned personally, what I've studied professionally, in the inner circle of people that I'm around, of many of which are millionaires, tells me otherwise. And so what I've learned is that the man or woman that chases one rabbit and masters that rabbit is going to be able to then, through that one rabbit, create down the road multiple streams of income and catch other rabbits once you've caught that rabbit. But the people that chase multiple things at one time, to do anything greater, there's a building phase. Okay? Like Beyonce didn't become Beyonce because she was like, I'm trying to play basketball, I'm trying to sing, I'm trying to do this, I'm trying to do that, and chase 5 different streams of income. She had one big old stream of income, and then she invested into other things. All these other people that you see, what they've done is they've created wealth typically, and then they invest with their knowledge and with their money into other streams of income that then produce them cash flow. And so don't get out there confused. And then the other lie, the other issue that I've seen people have is say, well, I'm just, you know, I'm not passionate about this one part of. And so I think what happens to people is that they think that they have to like everything about what they're getting ready to do in order to do it. And I don't think that's the truth. And I think that's why people they have a hard time falling in love, because people tell them, well, when you're in love, it's supposed to be perfect. You know, on the news, on TV, on the movies, everybody's just like, it's great. There's not a lot of blowouts and then arguments and real life stuff that happen. And then people like, nobody shows that. And so they think, well, there's something wrong with them. During the process of doing something great, there's going to be parts of it that you're not passionate about, that you don't like. Okay? Like you might not be passionate about changing diapers. You might not be passionate about doing what it takes to raise a family or children, but you're passionate about having a family. So a lot of people wish they had the family, but not the process. And you only get the family with the process. And so I want you guys to be understanding about, sometimes think like in the beginning, I would have been more passionate about coaching or working with little kids. And so what I did is I liked what I was able to do. I was able to do some things in business. I liked it, but there was parts I didn't like. I wouldn't say it was my number one passion. But then I turned it into a vehicle of a passion that I would end up loving. But then I would also be able to coach, and I would be able to turn that into something that would help me with a youth program and being able to mentor kids. But all of that happened after racking up some wins, racking up some championship seasons. And so my experience is you create multiple streams of income from having one beast, cash cow. And then through that one thing, you go ahead and create more, not by chasing 4 things at one time. And remember, the man or woman who chases 2 rabbits at one time catches none. Thanks for joining us.
Another episode of The Grind.
So-
Get ready. It's a new day.
So the point is, what did you pull from that?
I think, Nadia, just what you've been teaching us is that you can't chase two rabbits and catch either one. You've got to
Yeah.
figure that one out first, and then it will lead to more down the road.
It always does. It doesn't matter what it is. If it's Mary Kay, if it's your job, if it's this, if it's that. I mean, I'm not passionate about changing diapers. I got 2 kids. I was never passionate about it. I'm also not passionate about getting up 4 times in the evening, but I am really passionate about having a family and having kids. It was a great opportunity. I was never passionate about doing classes. You guys, if you've been here for a hot minute, you know that doing classes and going to stand in front of people and teach them makeup of which I thought I knew nothing about was not my passion at all. But what I've learned through this process is that you can learn to love what it is that feeds you. And I remember, again, my mom said to me, she's like, well, let's change the perspective. Maybe you don't love the class, but maybe you're going to go love the 5 women that are at the table, and one of them you will help build their confidence. Go learn to love the people. Screw the makeup and the cosmetics. Go learn to love the people. And I remember being like, well, there's a mind shift. So I went to learn to love the people. I was like, my mom would be like, so who did you meet tonight? And she was doing it from a mom perspective, not a director, but she's like, what awesome person to meet. I was like, I met a helicopter pilot. I met an anesthesiologist. I met a garbage woman, and I met a pilot, all at the same table, like mind blown. And I remember coming home and just like, I just met some amazing people. Did I end up selling stuff? Yes, because I went to make sure that I fell in love with the people, or that they fell in love with me. And I had a great time. So was I passionate about it at the beginning? No. I used to call my mom and be like, I just threw up on the side of the road. Do I need to go? I'm so nervous. And she was like, you don't have to. No, but if you have a breath mint, you can keep going. And I'd be like, okay, I've got some gum. I'll continue. I literally would barf in the driveway. I'd throw up on the side of the road because I was so nervous. But I pushed through that. I picked it. I said I was going to do it. And I followed through to completion. One thing that I remember going through DIQ being like, and again, I've told you this again, why am I doing this? I have a great job. But one of the things that drove me to finish that was I knew I had something to share, whether it be through coaching or whether it be through mentoring. I knew that once I got to the end and did the work, I thought I would be okay at coaching and mentoring. I felt like I had a story to tell. I felt like I'd be a great mentor. So I do coach every day. I get that opportunity to do that now. But one thing I just signed up for at my past university was become a mentor for a current business student or a current marketing student. That's something I don't get paid for. I wanted to be able to give back and be a mentor, but you can't do those things unless you go do the work and pick a darn rabbit. So my other thing I wanted to broach and bring forward, and somebody might get really angry or upset at this, but I'm going to put it out there right now. During my tenure as a consultant or my tenure at DIQ or being a director, I have gotten asked multiple times to join other direct sales companies on a regular. They could be anything from your supplements to your beach bodies to your wraps to this to Epicure to another Rodan and Fields, all kinds of companies. Now, I'm not telling you that you can't. As a director, there are different rules, but I'm not telling you that you can't. I'm not telling you that you shouldn't. But I want you to think of the 2 rabbits and chasing 2. It is hard to be passionate about 2 skincare brands or 2 makeup brands and be able to push both passionately, or to sell and learn both passionately. It is very hard to do, but who it's hard for most are your clients. They are so confused by what it is you are and aren't doing, aren't a part of, what your values are within that business, or what it is you're pushing them today, what product you're sharing. So which are you talking about, this brand or this brand? Are you still in Mary Kay? Are you still in Epicure? What is the thing that you are in? So my suggestion to you when you think about this two rabbits conversation and people approach you about doing other businesses, again, I will never tell you what you can and cannot do, but I want you to think about it from a business perspective. I also want you to think about it from a client perspective. From a business perspective, if you are chasing two rabbits, you will catch none. In other words, you can't split your focus between two places and do both really well. Have at her, go and absolutely prove me wrong. I encourage you to do that, please. But I'm telling you that when your focus is split, you're doing pieces of each all the time and not focusing till the finish or focusing till fulfillment. If you're doing two companies that are not in competition, i.e. what we do and something completely different, I don't want to say that that's any different. It is a little different that you're maybe pushing something that you love on a food perspective and then something that you love on a skincare and cosmetics. I want to say that that's a touch different because they're not in competition. However, you're still chasing two rabbits. You're also taking your clients and double dipping them. Meaning I'm going to work you and show you what your makeup is, but I'm also going to be proficient at selling food, or I'm going to be proficient at selling wraps or spices. So I just want you to think in your mind, where is your focus? Where do you want it to be? That's what I want to press upon you about chasing two rabbits and catching neither. The other thing that people do is when something gets hard in this business, or when someone said no to you one too many times, you're really quick to bail. Because there is an Epicure out there, or there's another company that will hire you, or there's another thing that you can sign up for. Absolutely. No question. But I want to tell you that if you go there, the grass is only greener where you water it. End of story. So if you continue to water your Mary Kay business, if you continue to uphold the values that you've been taught, the sisterhood that you've created, the product that you've known to love and continue to share, you will consistently make 50% of what you sell and 30% on our benefits stuff. Well, I can't even think of the name right now. Collagen and antioxidant. You'll continue to do that every time. There is no gimmick. You can go read the marketing plan. You can read this. You can read that. So I want to impress upon you that when you're chasing two rabbits, it's twofold here tonight. Twofold is the first thing is I want you to pick one thing and focus on it just for this week, just till next Wednesday. And for my team, till next Tuesday. Pick one thing and do it every day for 7 days, whatever it is you want to do, whether it's I'm going to make 2 new contacts, I'm going to get 5 new names, I'm going to pass out 2 things of samples every day, or I'm going to connect with somebody to send out 2 samples every day. So I'm going to have 10 samples going out next week. Pick one thing and focus. I'm talking like focus until you puke, focus until it's done, focus until it's complete. Number 2. You're going to get approached on a regular basis to join another company, to do another thing, to promote another product. Why? Because you're good. I'm sorry, you're really good at what you do. And if you're active in a social media space and people see you online, of course they're going to recruit you. They're going to try to share. Take it as a beautiful compliment. I used to take it as a compliment on a regular basis, and I still do. Thank you so much. I appreciate you thinking of me. I appreciate you sharing. Feel free to share your marketing plan. Love to know more. However, where I'm at right now, I'm really happy and love what I do. But thank you so much. I'm honored, really, because I am. 1, that took her guts. 2, she did her job. Reward her. Congratulations. But be confident in is that where you're at. If you're not, go book a face or call your director. That's where you should be. But usually what happens is if somebody, you're too quick to jump ship, you're too quick to give something a wash to the way because it hasn't worked out how you planned. I will assure you, if you keep jumping, they're not going to work out as planned because you won't give it the time and the energy or follow through to completion. So I hope I wanted to leave you with a positive side of things, and that my challenge for you is to pick something this week. Mine was pass out 5 cards. We're out and about here. We're no more masks where I am. Do what it is that you're comfortable with. If you're comfortable in your home, get 5 new contacts a day. I don't care how you get them. But if that's your commitment and you can only get 2, you got to get 3 more before you go to sleep. So you're messaging Susie and be like, oh my gosh, I need to reach out to 3 more people and I got to send them samples. Can you connect me with 3 people tonight that I can get their address and send them out some samples? You've got to come at it with gumption and conviction. Because if you don't do it this way and you eventually decide to leave Mary Kay, I'll tell you the way you do this is the way you're going to do everything. Boom. The way you handle this and take this business is the way you're going to do everything in your life. So I hope today that I'm not trying to smack you every week, but I am trying to inspire you and just tell you that like what you want is right here for the taking. It is right there. It is within a 3-foot jump or a 10-foot leap. It's right in front of your face. You just have to focus on one thing till completion. And as you watched in Linda's Roadshow, you can really have whatever it is that you're looking to have if you want it bad enough. So if you're currently chasing 2 rabbits, I really hope you make a decision. Again, not saying quit your job, but if you're chasing a couple of rabbits and decisions in your mind and what should I do tomorrow, I'm telling you right now to erase everything else and pick one. If you're currently doing 2 direct sales companies or 5 direct sales companies, congratulations, absolutely. I wish you all the best. I hope that you decide to pick 1 or 2 or focus your efforts or 1 or 2. You'll be surprised what the direct selling company can give you when you give it your full attention. But it's tough to give your attention to all 5. So I love you. I got 2 kids and it's tough to give attention to 2 kids. I can't imagine, like it's tough. You say, I love them the same, but it's really tough to give all your attention to one and all to the other. I consider them 2 rabbits. Go one direction, then the other direction, then the other direction. It is what it is. So choose, pick one. If anybody would like the video, have it. Does anybody have any questions for me? No? Okay, I was straightforward today. Wow. Okay. Thank you. Is anybody picking something and following it through till completion this week? Feel free to message me what it is that you're following through till completion. What'd you say? Somebody say something? Feel free to pick one and follow through to completion. If anybody would like that video, feel free to message me. I know I posted it on a couple people's team pages today and got like a whoa. It just comes up on your phone and kind of blasts you in the face. So kind of cool. Anyway, any questions, ladies? Don't hesitate to reach out at any point. I love you all. I wish you all a wonderful week, and I look forward to hearing from you possibly next week as to what you chose and how it changed your business, because you can make a decision today that can change the face of your business 1 week from now. I don't want you to be in the same place next month. I want you to be somewhere different. It's a great place to be. Lots of love, guys. And somebody has to paint their nails. Look, what a disaster. Lots of love, guys. Have a great week. See you later. Bye.